Well, thanks to YouTube, it's come to my attention that there's a lot of people who think that their paintball goggles aren't bulletproof. And I was trying to figure, why would anybody even consider this as a possibility? In order to make something bulletproof, you have to have like lots of layer of Kevlar, not like a thin layer of Lexan. And I was trying to think of, where could this have possibly come from? And then I went, oh yeah, that's the old school fault. In order to explain this, you have to punch the rewind button and go back to 1998. See, back in 1998, the ASTM was a completely brand new concept. It's the safety and testing material people that kind of make it so that it's safe for us to do things like, go to work in steel-toe boots or, wear paintball goggles. They do a lot of things like that. And at the time, a lot of people were using the ASTM as a weapon, not as a resource. Alright, so case in point, Paintball 2 Extremes magazine, 1998. Where they used the ASTM basically to trash Brass Eagle. You might not remember this one because the people that were running the magazine, Mike and John Henry, they were pretty much thrown out of paintball. Well, actually they were bought out, I guess, more technically speaking. But they really went after it, and they were using the ASTM standards as their guideline. And in fact, they ran their own testing against Brass Eagle, using a problem that Brass Eagle already knew about and was in the process of solving at the time. And lots of really fun graphic pictures and all that, and all of this was because the Brass Eagle didn't pay him off. And since I'm on the topic of the old 2 Extremes magazine, I just want to point this out here. Here's number 1. These guys pretty much went after people that didn't like them online, and they pretty much trashed me by name, not once, but a total of 4 times. 4 times. So all you people who are leaving nasty YouTube comments, you ain't got nothing on being trashed nationally. And where are they now? But let's move on. So it's in this political climate that we can fast forward to World Cup of 1998. Now, 1998 World Cup, there were several people who were making goggles at the time. You had JT, you had Brass Eagle / Leader, you had Scott, you had Vince, who were currently being owned by Scott at the time. And all these companies were, well, basically the whole ASTM thing was brand new to them. Now, just before World Cup, it was announced that all companies would have to provide ASTM testing statistics for their goggles. Now, JT and Brass Eagle, for obvious reasons, had their stuff together. And, well, I guess that Scott didn't, or Scott was just being picked on because of political reasons. Now, Jerry Braun went on Rexport Paintball and said it wasn't political at all, but the timing was rather curious. So, let's fast forward to November 1998 issue of Paintball Sports Magazine, which was on the stands just before World Cup. And you can see down here a shotgun. And in this ad, JT claims that their paintball goggles will stop, and let me quote this one, they'll stop a 1/4-inch steel ball at 400 feet per second, a 20-gauge shotgun that they stomp on and run over them, so on and so forth. So this ad from 1998 is what I think the basis of paintball goggles being bulletproof comes from. A couple months later, JT toned it down a little bit with this series of ads. And in this series of ads, they claim that their spectral lenses are ANSI certified and Mills certified, and they have the exact codes here. But all that means is that their goggles are rated to stop a .22 caliber bullet with 17 grains, whatever that means. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. And the ANSI test means that it can stop a 1/4-inch steel ball at about 250 feet per second. And that's what they promised in 1999. So what I think happened here is that sometime in the last 10 years or so, this has kind of gotten a little warped. This series of ads has stuck somehow into the collective unconscious of paintball, and a lot of people have been using this basis as, oh, it's bulletproof, it can stop a bullet. This is something that completely just blows my mind, because how can you even comprehend that a large caliber weapon is going to be stopped by a thin layer of Lexan? Thankfully, though, these days we'll just buy anything that the industry sells us. I mean, we do a lot of research and we go online and we look it up. We just don't take the industry's word on anything, right? Right? Come on, work with me here, folks.